This is Dennis John Seatsma, Homestead, Florida, and this is the video log for today. The date and time is on the screen. Time is not 100% accurate, but this is my '94 Astro van. I need to find a good body shop in Florida, USA, to help me with this because I put it in Jorge's body shop in 2017 in Homestead to fix my leaky windshield, and he did the work, and the van was really looking pretty ratty in 2017. It was two colors then, but the worst of it was finding this molding for the doors, and those were very hard to find. He couldn't finish it without that. Plus I had a molding here in the back that was dented, and it took me forever to find that on the internet. Some guy in Texas, a part puller, got me one and sent it to me. Thank you, Kevin, out there in Texas. But anyway, the problem was that I had the leak on the windshield, and I had some rust up here that they patched, and of course the top of the van looks pretty bad now. When it came out of the body shop, it looked really good, but here in the Florida sun, it's really hard on paint. But when he gave me the van back, he hadn't finished on the inside here, and this should have been taken down to bare metal and primered and painted, and he didn't. Jorge didn't do that. And the van had been in the shop for almost a year. So, and you see I got some cancer here that's pretty bad, and now I'm starting to get some cancer on the pillar, I think. I was looking at that earlier. But I've already put new tires on this van, and I've had the seats redone by Homestead Upholstery. That's actually in Florida City, but this pillar is starting to corrode some, and when you pull the hood up, and I don't have the latch on it, I've been working on the engine and working on the transmission, and I still have some issues on both of those. But if you look in here, you see the cancer's pretty bad in this part. And fortunately it's not leaking into the van yet, but if you come over here to the corner, you see some corrosion there and some corrosion here. Anyway, I talked to Jorge yesterday, and he's just too busy. He's having trouble finding skilled labor like just about everybody else these days, and you can see the rust hole there that's actually goes through. Oh. There was body filler in there from the factory, so that it's leaking there, and it's leaking at the top of the windshield like a sieve. So putting it through the body shop in 2017 really didn't accomplish anything except to make it look nice, and it looks really nice. But it's really frustrating when you have leaks, when it like as bad as this, and it's eventually going to rot the floor out. But I'm able to drive the van again. We still have sluggish passing gear on it, or no passing gear when you put your foot in the floor. And so that's a transmission engine or engine issue, and it's got a hunting idle. And I've done all kinds of stuff to try to fix that. Replaced a bunch of sensors, MAP, O2, throttle position sensor, clean the replace the EGR, replace the IAC. So I need to find a body shop in Florida, a custom body shop that's not afraid of doing quality work to fix my rust problems around the windshield. And I also have some work that has to be done on top there where I showed you, where they patched it with Bondo. And this repair might have worked, and I told Jorge I wanted him to use USC all metal, instead of regular Bondo, because you can't use regular Bondo on if you're trying to patch an area where there's water leak. I mean, you can do it, but it just isn't a good repair. It won't last. Whereas USC All Metal doesn't absorb moisture like regular Bondo does. And I learned that when I took auto body repair at Robert Morgan. And I would do this work myself if I had a place to work, if I had a shop. But Jorge has got the same problem that a lot of shop owners have. They start a shop up when they're young, and over time the shop becomes busy and successful, and then you have to either turn down work or expand. And it's a hard decision to expand a business of any kind if you don't know, if you're uncertain about the future. And right now we don't know if we're going to electric cars or staying with fossil fuels or going to hydrogen, or I mean, it's, and you know, most of Jorge's work is insurance companies and newer vehicles, but he likes doing restoration work. So I really need to find a custom shop that isn't afraid of doing the hard stuff, the really hard body work, like this fixing up some cancer on an older vehicle. And people say, well, why don't you just replace the van? But I've had this van since it was new and I really like it. So anyway, thanks for watching my video. Post a comment if you can recommend a body shop in Florida that does quality custom work. And there's been a couple of them that I've approached in the past, and they either go out of business or the owner changes hands, or you know, or they promise a good game, and when I show up at their shop and look at their facilities, I see that they can't handle this. They can't handle taking the windshield out and back in and correcting this kind of cancer. And it's worse on the driver's side over there. And let me show you that again. And I don't know how bad this side is, but it's probably going to rust through too. But anyway, put a nice radio in here and speakers, and this vehicle's really good for towing, and I love it. I've had it since it was new. You see how bad that corrosion is there. Ay, ay, ay. It's all repairable, but requires somebody that really has a good ability and skill, and especially that hole there is going to be a devil to patch, and repairing this stuff in the front is not going to be any fun. But just about all these older, this generation of Astro van have problems at the top of the windshield, and even getting the right gasket for the windshield these days is difficult. But I had a problem getting these moldings here. They were hard to find ones that weren't all cracked up and nasty. And and you see all this trim here is starting to go bad. So you know, I see on the internet, oh, I want to buy an old Astro van and fix it up. Well, you better be ready for the problems you're going to face. But I did get the door to work nice, to lock and unlock. You have to clean these connectors real good, these little electric connectors here and on this side. And the popper, I had to expand the range of it. I had to, the door activator, because without taking a file and making it adjustable, it wouldn't do it with factory setting, because the mechanism had so much wear. And of course you had to clean and lubricate everything thoroughly. But everybody said, oh, use the original manufacturer's equipment poppers, and I found the aftermarket, the $7 ones on the internet were just as good. They would pull and push 4 pounds, and I used scuba diving weights to determine that, push and pull 4 pounds. And it had a sweet spot that I couldn't reach without expanding the adjustment. But the problem I'm having right now is I've rebuilt the hydro boost on this thing twice, and it's still leaking. So I think I have the lip seal pointed in the wrong direction maybe, or I have a lip seal that isn't up to snuff. I'm gonna order a different one, and the AC's not working right now. I'm trying to fix it. I found a clogged expansion orifice valve, the little screen thing, so I swapped that out and then pulled a vacuum on it and put a can of refrigerant in it, and it cooled for like a second and then stopped. So I must have had too much stop leak in here, and it clogged up the new screen that I just put in there. I don't think the condenser's bad, but I won't know. I'm going to replace the valve again and put another can in it when I get time. But for now I need to find a good body shop, and this is the video log for today. Dennis Sietsma, Homestead, Florida, USA. Thanks for watching.